my channel and to my journey in beauty. Today's video is a tag from my good friend Rachael Stephanie over in the UK. She and I did a collab very recently where we swapped our Pan That palettes and did a look and a tag. I'll have that up in the cards for you in case you want to check it out. But today's tag is the one brand only, as in if you could only ever use one brand forever in each category of makeup, which is the brand that you would choose. I think this is a really fun and thought-provoking tag that Rachael Stephanie has created here, because it was really interesting to look and see if I had to really pick one brand in each category and stay with that brand forever, which would I choose? Is it based on the fact that it's a favorite product? Was it based on the fact that I have several from that brand that I felt like I could stay with that brand forever, and so on and so forth? So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and start with face primer. I am a girl that does my face first, and for me, my favorite brand for primers is Becca. I have the first light and backlight, and I have a full first light, and I love this. The backlight is great for me for winter, and the first light is great for all year, really. It is what I'm wearing today. So definitely Becca for face primers. Next, I wanted to quickly talk just one tool and one tool only. I was thinking as I was pulling these products today, if there was any brands of tools that I absolutely could just never look at another brand for the rest of my life. And for beauty sponges, I can absolutely say I could use the Flower Beauty sponge for the rest of my life. This is my current favorite. I like that it has a chiseled edge here, and this is it fully expanded. It's nice and squishy, surprisingly easy to clean, and so that's that. Now, foundation was a hard one because I don't have multiple foundations from this brand. However, it is my favorite foundation that I've worn since the beginning of my journey in beauty, as well as a brand that I'm interested in trying more from in the future, and that is Urban Decay. This poor dilapidated packaging is from my Urban Decay Naked Skin One and Done Hybrid Complexion Perfector. I panned this. It maybe has one day's use left in it, but I love this. I love the packaging. I love the product, and I would love to try the Naked Skin foundation in the future, and yeah, it's my jam. Next would be concealer, and this was an easy one for me. It is a drugstore product, and it is a repurchase, and it is the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer. I have mine in the shade CW4. Again, this is a repurchase for me. I love this concealer, and at $5, you just can't beat the price on this. It doesn't look dry or cakey under my eyes. Again, it is what I am wearing today. So I love this concealer. I had put it in a project pan originally because I didn't think that I liked it, and turns out I love it. Next is powder, and I have two. I have a regular powder for setting my face as well as a finishing powder. This again is something I've repurchased more than once, which I find interesting that some of these products are that. And it is from No. 7. This is their Perfect Light pressed powder in the shade medium. This is the second one that I'm panning. The first one I used completely up, and I love this one, and I will repurchase it again when I'm in need of a powder for setting my face. No. 7, I hope you're around for a long time. It can be a hard brand to get a hold of because it's sold at Target and Ulta, I believe. But as far as I could tell, correct me if I'm wrong, please, I couldn't find a direct sale website for No. 7, so I hope I can always get a hold of that because it's just a good powder for me. And then also for finishing powder, you guys could probably have guessed this if you've been on my channel for any time, and that is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. This is the full-size one I have in the shade Dim Light. It gives me this gorgeous glow that I have going on today, and especially for the winter, this makes my skin look so healthy, and I could easily and probably will easily repurchase this and never go back. Next, I like to do my brows, and this is a recent find. I've kind of like gone through several different types and brands of brow products over the last year or so, and this was a brand that I liked both options from. I tend to gravitate towards micro brow pencils and a tinted brow mascara, and the current ones that I have and would be fine with for the rest of my life are from NYX. I have the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Ash Brown, right? Yes. And the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in Brunette. It has a nice spoolie. I wish it was just a tad smaller, but it works really well. It does hold my brows in place, and the price is right. I think the brow pencil is $10 and maybe the mascara is the same, so it's reasonable and it fits all, you know, it checks all the boxes for what I am looking for in a brow product. Next, I would finish off my face, and I always start with bronzer, and I love this product, as do a lot of you, and it is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I could use this until the end of time and never get sick of it because it looks so nice and healthy on my skin. I wish they had a bigger shade range so that everybody could find a shade that would work for them. I have mine in the shade Sun-Kissed Bronzer, which is one of the 2 new darker shades they had put out a while back. It's just nice. Of course, it smells amazing, but I love the finish. It's a satin to maybe shimmery finish, and it just works great for me. Next is blush, and this may surprise some people, but the brand that I would purchase from and only purchase from for the rest of my life would be e.l.f. I have 2 shades here. I have Mellow Mauve and I have Berry Mary. And you can see here that these are really, really nice blushes. This is almost a neutral blush, and it's definitely in my top 3 favorite blushes because it has a warm base, but it has a cool shift. And then same with this one, it's just a unique shade, and there are other shades in the range. And I would love to have them all. I think it's a phenomenal formula. It shows up on my skin, but it also stays present on my skin throughout the day. So how could you beat a $3 e.l.f. blush with all those boxes checked? Next is highlighter, and again, I have several from this brand. The brand that I would love to buy highlighters from for the rest of my life would be Becca. The Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed. I first received this shade from BoxyCharm, which is Prosecco Pop. It's a beautiful gold shade highlighter, and you know, I do use it. I mostly use it in the summer. And then I also have a mini of the cult favorite, which is Becca's Opal. Very gorgeous, flattering shade, especially this time of year for me. And then my most recent purchase from Becca's Pressed Skin Perfector line was this one in Vanilla Quartz. And this is such a unique shade, and that's the thing I think I like about the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfectors, is that they're all very unique. Next, I would go ahead and go in with the eye makeup. And in terms of an eyeshadow primer, I have finished 2 of these now. This is empty as of today, and it is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. Now, both of the ones I have tried were the anti-aging version, but to me, I would love to try them all in terms of the ones that would work for me. And I've had 2 deluxe samples of this now, and they both lasted for quite a long time. So I could absolutely repurchase this and never miss having another eyeshadow primer in my collection. Next was the most difficult category to pick one brand in, and you probably guessed it, it is eyeshadow. A couple of brands that I threw around in my head while making these considerations and these decisions were Urban Decay. I have 2 palettes from Urban Decay, as well as Too Faced. I have 3 Too Faced palettes, and I really do love those palettes, especially because the Sweet Peach palette was my very first high-end palette. But when I kept thinking about it, I thought in terms of what I want the eyeshadow to do for me, and that is I want to have a brand of eyeshadow that every time I do a look with it, I'm satisfied with the look, and there's only one brand like that for me. The brand I chose for eyeshadow was Lorac. I have 3 palettes from Lorac. You guys know I'm panning the Mega Pro 2 this year, and I may end up panning it next year for an upcoming project as well. But I love that palette. I've been using it all year, and I'm not even close to sick of it, and every single look comes out exactly how I want. And then I also thought, well, what if I want a more colorful look than what the Mega Pro 2 has to offer? Does this brand have something colorful to offer me? And I think it does. This is the Lorac Unzipped Ocean Sunset palette. This is a beautiful palette. I'd like to use it more than I do. I may do a throwback palette. Get ready with me, something like that soon. And then recently I received my birthday gift from my sister, and it is the Lorac California Dreaming palette, and this is just so easy to reach for. This is a beautiful color story that is neutral but not too neutral. There's definitely some interest in here, and Lorac easily is the brand that I would only buy eyeshadow from for the rest of my life. So just a couple of categories left for eyeliner. Not that I wear it a lot, but when I do, it's a pencil. I prefer it to be retractable. I don't want it to transfer to my waterline from my tight line, and that brand is Rimmel London, and it is their Exaggerate waterproof eye definer. This is in the shade Earl Grey, but I do really like this formula, and if I could find other colors that I was interested in, I would buy them from Rimmel London. And then mascara. I don't have an example for this currently, but it has always been my favorite brand for mascara. It is a drugstore brand, and it is the brand L'Oreal. I've purchased mascara from L'Oreal since I was probably 15 years old, you know, which we don't need to talk about how long ago that was, but I love L'Oreal mascara, and I have no doubt that I could always find something from the brand that would trip my trigger in terms of mascara. Last 2 categories, let's talk about setting spray. I did watch Rachael Stephanie's version of this video, and I will have it linked below for you, but this is one product that we had in common, and it was Max Fix Plus. If I could only buy one setting spray, it would be this one. I love this for foiling eyeshadows, but I also love the smell of it. I like how it sets the powders down on my face, and I even would use this if it was cheaper for skincare, because it does feel like it adds hydration to the skin, and the smell is fantastic. I have a thing for smells, okay? And then real quickly with lips, lip liner again would be Rimmel London, and this is the Exaggerate Full Color Lip Liner. This one is in the shade Obsession, but I have also finished a nude one in the shade Epic, and I love this formula. Again, it's a retractable pencil, and I love this angled cut, so it supports the product when you're using it. And then if I had to pick a bullet lipstick brand, this is a bit bougie, but it would absolutely have to be MAC Cosmetics. I have 4, 3 full size and a mini, and I love all the formulas. I have their frost formula, I have their cream formula, and I have 2 from the matte formula, and I like them all. They're comfortable, they're relatively long wearing, and a lot of the shades I just find them to be really unique. And then if I had to pick a lip gloss, again it would be from NYX. This is their Butter Gloss in the shade Tiramisu. I would love to have more shades in this line, and I could wear it forever. And then very last is a liquid lipstick formula. This may surprise some of you, and I also know that some of you do not agree with me on this one, but I wanted to pick a drugstore formula, and for me it is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Liquid Lipsticks. I have a pink called Lover and a red called Pioneer. I like this. I like the formula. It lasts all day. You have to scrub it off your lips or use a you know, an oil or some kind of a remover to get it off. And when I want to wear a liquid lipstick, that's what I'm looking for. So thank you to Rachael Stephanie. I was so pleased to be tagged along with some other really fantastic YouTubers, and I am going to tag a few ladies to do this. Of course, if it doesn't work for your schedule or you just don't have time, I understand, but these are people that I would love to hear their answers from. So I am tagging Shai from Lipstick, Lashes, and Wine, Kali from KaliFab here on YouTube, Paula from A Beauty Guru Made Me Do It, Angela, my girl from Beauti By Angela, and Georgia Harris from Georgia Harris. And last, I would love to tag Liv from Liv Loves Her Makeup. I would just love to hear your guys' answers on these questions, as well as have you show some support for Rachael Stephanie. It's always, I would assume, very nerve-wracking to put out a new tag to see whether people will actually do it or not. And I love that she did that. And this is a great tag. So go ahead and check out Rachael Stephanie. If you're a creator and I didn't tag you, please do this video and tag Rachael Stephanie and myself so we can watch. And I hope all of your makeup days are beautiful makeup days, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!